Welcome back to AskFans Big Debate. Today we're going to be discussing VAR and I'm joined by two very special guests. On my right, Mr. Lewis from 100% Chelsea. Lewis, how you feeling?
After United win, not so good.
And to my left, my brother, Mr. Adam McKola.
What's going on?
How you feeling, bro?
After United won, much better.
Absolutely love it. Now, like I said, we're going to be discussing VAR. Obviously, it's now coming into the game a lot more, so it's becoming a big talking point. We was out on the streets today, talking to people and finding out what their thoughts are on it. But I mean, you guys go to a lot of games, you know what I mean? And so you guys have probably experienced it live as well.
I haven't yet.
Is it? You haven't yet?
No, I haven't yet.
Absolutely.
No.
How about yourself?
The Chelsea-Norwich game in the cup.
Talk to me about it. Initial thoughts.
With me, it's like, I can tell it's in its early stages. Right now, I think it's like, I'd say right now it's going through growing pains. I think in the coming years it could be something that grows to be a lot better, but right now there's a lot that can be improved with it.
How about you? Well, you kind of talking from the outside looking in.
United have had it for the Huddersfield game. I just wasn't there, so I didn't experience it inside the stadium. But nevertheless, you look at the decision that happened with Van Matta. It was awful.
What was that?
The lines were all over the place. I think Randy Marsh was in the VAR box. I don't know what was going on. But when you look at football, and when you look at VAR, the two things for me don't go together. When you look at goal line technology, I wasn't for that. You can't have goal line technology on the Sunday League pitches and that. You want football to be as same as possible. But with goal line technology, it's black or white. Yeah. The referee knows, my watch is saying that's a goal. It's a goal. So I can understand it. It's always going to be right. Yeah. VAR is not always going to be right. And for that reason, it's like to say too many cooks spoils everything. And if you got too many refs going on, you got one ref doubting himself, you got another ref in a box by Heathrow that you don't know what he's doing. What is he doing?
What is he doing?
What is it? You can't see what he's doing. So I feel, if you're going to use VAR, you have to allow referees to come out and speak and explain themselves. If you're not going to do that, don't do VAR. Just leave football alone. Football's fine. What's wrong with football?
What's wrong with football?
What's wrong with football?
What's wrong with the football? What's going on?
What's wrong with it? I don't understand. Apart from things like Arsenal, which we could do without, and all that kind of stuff. What is wrong with football? Absolutely nothing. Keep VAR away from it. I just don't enjoy it. And I think, look, we're fresh from Crystal Palace, 3-2, last minute winner. Can you imagine? We're sat in that away end, absolutely going off on a mad one, gooning. And then the referee's standing there like this. And everyone's thinking, oh, is it a goal? Isn't it a goal? What's happened? Can't celebrate. And then 10 minutes later, the goal's given and you're like, cheers, it kind of kills football, innit? Football's about those moments. And I'd rather have a decision go against us than every decision right, and football's just a little bit more boring.
But there must be some good things about VAR. There must be a couple of good points. What's your thoughts on that?
With me, because I think everyone's gonna say that VAR slows the game down. But let's say you have a decision that goes against you that VAR would have given for you. Let's use for example, I don't think VAR was using the United Chelsea game. And Morata had that goal that was allegedly onside.
Usually that wouldn't have won the league a few years ago if Drogba was given offside.
So.
Lucky we didn't have VAR then.
But 09 Champions League semi-final as well. Remember that one? Tom Henning of Rabo saying no to about 4 or 5 penalty decisions. There'll be situations for every club where VAR would have saved them and VAR would have let them down. But with me, again, I do think that I'll agree with you that if VAR is going to come in, referees should be having mics as well, so they can explain their decisions, their actions, or they should be showing the replay up on the big screen, so fans at least get some sort of understanding what's going on. But one thing I kind of disagreed with was, I get that Sunday League won't be having it, but when you get to the Premier League, there's going to be a difference in terms of money is going to be on the line as well. If you're even in a cup final and VAR is going to be used, that's millions on the line. That's a potential Europa League spot. The Champions League, that's a potential Champions League spot if you didn't finish in the top 4. So in a Sunday League, there's not really going to be much money on the line.
But you're looking at football being a completely different game then, and that's why I think football should be football. Of course, goal line technology, you're not going to have it in the park. Fair enough, but I just don't feel you need to go these extra steps and like you're taking it away from what football actually is. Why do we need it? Like really, why do we need it? In cricket, I can understand it takes about 10 hours to 5 days to get one game on the go. So you can break that up. Rugby, they have breaks in play, natural breaks in play. American football, natural breaks in play. Football, no, there's no natural breaks in. What natural break is there? Like, even that Matter thing, Matter was onside. So you're telling me they got all the decisions right? No, I don't think so. I don't like it, man. It'd be interesting because it works in Bundesliga and elsewhere. So they have it elsewhere as well, and it seems to work. But even then, like, sometimes I see goals go in and I think, oh, 1-0 there. Turn the channel back on, it's 0-0. I'm thinking,
What's happening?
I just seen a goal go in. Nah, I don't like VAR. I'm never going to be turned around.
Are you serious?
I don't want it. Never, ever want it. No, I don't want it.
No, I still
Even
think,
if it gets us a title, I don't want it.
I still think in the next few years, because I think right now it's just very
How
raw.
can they
There's a
improve
lot
it
of rough edges. Well, for starters, they can draw lines straight. For once.
Get a ruler.
But again, after that, I think they just need to give the ref a mic. So I think the main problem with that is people inside the ground don't have a clue what's going on. Like you can use the Spurs game, for example. How many minutes were wasted with the referee just with his finger to his ear, just trying to figure out what's going on?
I don't think it's the ref's fault either. Like, it's not the ref's fault because he's got someone in his ear saying, "Yo, we're having a look."
I think it can be the ref's fault at some points. It can be the ref's fault. It could be the I don't know.
I don't even think. Do you know what it is? Yeah, because I don't think anybody. The funny thing about VAR is people don't even know what really happens. Like, how do they decide? You know what? We're going to go to VAR. Who decides they're going to VAR? Is it the ref that decides? Is it the man them at Heathrow that are just out here and say, you know what? We're going to have a look at that.
At the moment, I think it is the guy at Heathrow that says, "Yo, we're looking." But I think it should be up to the ref and his officials.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
If you're going to keep it, only refer to it when the ref and his officials say, "You know what? I think we've missed something there," or "I'm not sure," because what you'll get is then refs just not making decisions, or making a decision and thinking, "Oh, I can rely on VAR."
It's almost taken away.
The refs that also depends on what the ref's feeling, because the refs can be arrogant. Like you can use Mark Clattenburg coming out and talking about the 2-2 against Spurs and just say, yeah. So maybe sometimes someone has to take it out of the referee's hands.
But how do we know he's just not gonna ignore them?
Oh, you mean what, during the game and just go rogue?
Clattenburg's
just go rogue. Just a referee just going rogue. Sorry, mate, reception's down because must be a plane flying over here.
Nah, I hear what you're saying. Like, it does leave things open to refs doing whatever, but I'm just not for it at all, and I don't think I ever will be.
Some people are saying what's going to happen eventually is there will be no need for the ref. You know what I mean? Eventually, if you think about it in a sense, yeah.
Man's ref it.
Do you know what I'm saying? Because eventually, what might just happen is people might just go, you know what? We're trying to perfect the game. In once in every few games, a referee gets in the way and a goal gets scored.
But isn't that why football's great?
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
The imperfections of football make it great.
Someone today was saying that, look, you're going to get rid of special moments like the hand of God moment. Like, you see what I'm saying? That would be gone. That'd be
special
eradicated
moments,
from
but I think
history.
when it happened, everyone in England hated Maradona for it, probably. Come on, if you're getting eliminated because one guy used his hand.
It's a bit dirty.
Exactly.
Thierry Henry.
No, but that's going to the, referees should be seeing that. If you're a ref and you miss that, you shouldn't need VAR, you need sacking. Like, it's that simple, innit? If you, maybe refs need more like punishments instead of like giving them excuses and ways out.
I think referees are way too protected in football right now. They can practically get away with anything. But if the players even try to dispute it, they'll get a yellow card for dissent. Look at Morata. He tried to dispute the VAR thing in the Norwich game. 2 seconds later, he's sent off for dissent.
Some say Morata still got red streaks in his hair.
He definitely still has that red streaks. Definitely.
Well, obviously VAR's here to stay. UEFA said they're not going to put it in. It is. UEFA said they're not going to do it in their competitions. It's staying in the Prem.
No.
It's staying. I heard FIFA are going to be using it as well during the World Cup.
World Cup's rubbish anyway, so. But international football is slow. You can interrupt it. You can interrupt international football.
You know, UEFA are a bit rogue. They decided they weren't going to do the goal line technology as well. They'll just hire two men to stand next to the goal. So they've decided they ain't going to do VAR for Champions League. But it's here to stay. If we look at it in this real sense here, it's here to stay. So it's coming, regardless. Like, no matter how we feel about it, it's 100% coming. So what needs to change about it to make it, obviously you're never going to be happy about it, like you said at the start here, but what needs to change to make it a bit more palatable?
the referees either speaking after games or hearing them during games, so you know what's going on, whether that's mic'd up to the stadium or because they do that in rugby, and you have it coming over the stadium. Yeah, so either that or just don't use it.
I agree with him. I think the referee just needs to be put on the spot. He needs a mic to his ear. I think the decision needs to be put up on the big screen as well, so the referee can fully explain his actions. But again, I think right now it's just VAR is in its growing stages. There's obviously going to be imperfections with it right now, but in the coming years, you're only going to see it improve. There's no way it's going to be at the same point in 5 years as it is.
What
right
I don't get is how can it be something that's used in the Bundesliga or wherever, and it's still got these teething problems? How is that possible? Like haven't you spoken to these guys? Haven't you chatted to them? Say, yo, what are you doing?
What's it saying?
Like how you work?
What's it really saying?
What problems have you had?
Yeah.
How can we get around this? Like it doesn't seem like there's any real discussion going on. Like I just don't like it. I think of the fans is what I would say. You already have TV companies, that are giving guys like Manchester United
late
fans,
kickoffs
Crystal
and
Palace late kickoffs. So a couple of hundred guys missed that last minute goal because they had to catch the last train. You're already not thinking about fans with things like that. And then you're going to implement VAR where fans are just going to be standing around thinking, bro, what is going on?
Should be at home watching it because I'd probably have more of a clue.
You'd have more of a clue sitting at home. So then what do you put the television? Do you have like an in-house commentator at every stadium or something? Like what? Like how do you get like it's mad. The referee has to be held accountable. Hold referees accountable. You won't need VAR.
Any final words on VAR?
Literally just give the ref a mic. Like I think for once you need to have the referee be held accountable for their actions. It's as simple as if you do that, I think VAR grows from there.
Absolutely. Well, listen, guys, you've heard it. Let us know in the comments below what your thoughts are on VAR.
VAR wouldn't have stopped Terry slipping though.
Wouldn't have stopped
I ain't got to come back.
Mr. Gerrard from slipping either, mate. But yeah, guys, let us know in the comments what you guys think about VAR. VAR in or VAR out, whichever way you vote, VAR is here to stay. So, sorry, Adam. Gonna have to.
I'm selling my season ticket for anyone.
You'll grow to love it. You'll grow to love it.
Guys, make sure you like, share, comment, and hit that subscribe button.